Our next artist, talking about incredible. He was born in Ethiopia of Indian parents, raised in Washington, D.C., and it was in the early 90s when he started gaining a following in our folk community. And he's one of the most important voices ever since. Now, he did stop touring for a couple of years, beginning in 2007, to raise a family and also concentrate on being a producer. And he's worked with so many artists in our community, from co writing great songs to producing some of the best recordings of the last decade plus. He's also a highly sought after instructor at music camps and schools, and his influences on emerging artists and veteran performers is strongly felt. Luckily, he did return to the road in 2014, something all of us fans are thankful for. And of course, the challenge of 2020 has kept him away from the stage, but not away from the music and not away from those of us who love him. In 2020, we needed Tom more than ever, and he certainly delivered. He wrote or co-wrote a number of powerful songs this past year, including a tribute to John Lewis, a song called The Year of Losing Things, which perfectly summed up 2020, and a song that I and many of my radio peers consider the most important song of the year, $20 Bill for George Floyd. Tom managed to sum up what so many of us were either going through or learning a lesson from and learning about ourselves. His songs give us hope, reminds us of the power of the community and the power of empowerment. It's such an honor to welcome Tom Prasada Rao.
Woo!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Ron. That was such an amazing introduction. Thank you. And I'm so honored to be here tonight with so many of my heroes and so many of my friends and people I'd never heard of, like Lily before. And you just knocked me out, Lily. And Greg, I love you like a brother. So I'll just start off. This is a song called Out of the Darkness. One of these mornings, Lord, I swear, I wake up already there, out of the darkness, into the light. That's how I feel when all is wrong, even though I don't belong, out of the darkness, into the light. Out of the darkness, coming out of the darkness. Yeah, 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 yeah. I wasn't really born to run. That's just where I'm coming from. Out of the darkness, into the light. So when I lay me down to sleep, pray the Lord my soul to keep out of the darkness, into the light. Out of the darkness, coming out. Hey, out of the darkness, I wanna live mornings, Lord, I swear I wake up already there, out of the darkness into the light, out of the darkness into the light.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you guys. Wow. Well, I'm so glad Christina's here tonight because I get a chance to thank her in person for being so helpful to me as she has been to, I bet, half the folk artists you know or have ever heard of. Christina's touched their lives in some way, in some form. And Christine, you have made a big difference in my life. Asked me to come up and open up for you at the Bottom Line. Way back when, asked me to come up to Martha's Vineyard and introduced me to so many people, and I can't thank you enough for that. You are just such an angel in the folk community, and I can't say it enough. You're just so amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And because of Christine, I met so many of my friends now. Greg Greenway, who's one of my best friends, who's just such an inspiration. I met Pettis up there in Martha's Vineyard, and I met Greg Greenway, and I met Cliff Eberhardt too. And so I'm going to do a couple songs for you that I wrote this year, the latter part of this. Well, not this year, last year, 2020. Thank God it's behind us now. But right after the election, right after the election was called for Joe Biden, Cliff Eberhardt had this post on Facebook, and he said something just so moving to me. I think it was addressed maybe directly to Joe Biden. He said, maybe the reason you lost all those times before is because we needed you now. God, man, that just killed me, and it felt right. You know, he wasn't my first choice. I don't know anybody who says that he was their first choice, but I'll tell you what, he's my only choice, and I'm so glad he's here now. And here's hoping for 2021 that it's going to be a better year. Anyway, this is a song that Cliff and I wrote after that little interaction on Facebook. He wrote down some words and sent them to me, and I came up with a little melody, and we went back and forth and reworked the melody a little bit, and here's what we ended up. It's called Because We Needed You Now. Life is not a horse race. It's not win, place, or show. Some people grab the brass ring, and why we'll never know. Some people seem to always win, and will always wonder how. Perhaps that's why you lost before, because you're needed now. You can spin the wheel or roll the dice, or leave it up to fate. But fate will always trip you up, no matter what you say. Some people bend the rules until they break, to see what the law allows. Perhaps that's why you lost before, 'cause we need you now. Ring them bells, ring them bells, let us hear them chime. Ring them bells, ring them bells, you were made for this moment in time, this moment in time. And if you ever needed proof that this day would come, look outside your window and see what we have done. Every color of the rainbow, each face in the crowd. We're all here because we've lost before. That's why we need you now. That's why we need you now.
Yeah.
I haven't really played that out too much. What's that?
Beautiful,
Oh, thank you.
so beautiful. Got me crying.
Well, if it wasn't for Cliff saying that in the first place, that song would never have happened. This next song I wrote in kind of a similar way. It was in July, and I noticed on Grace Pettis' page, she had this little interchange with her husband, Chris Lopez, and something about something happening, but she said, well, after all, honey, this is the year of losing things. And I commented on Grace's thread, I said, wow, I can't wait to hear that song. And we started writing away, right away. She just started texting me lines, and before we knew it, the next day the song was written. It's called The Year of Losing Things. Here we go. Been losing hope, losing sleep. I've lost my mind in the dark and deep. Lost track of time, there goes spring. This is the year of losing things. The I see yous and the I can't breathe. St. Jude, won't you pray for me? Won't you help us to believe? 'Cause this is the year of losing things. Somewhere along this road I lost my way. Trail went cold. What good does it do to gain the world and lose my soul? About to lose my patience, lose my faith, lose my keys at the pearly gates. Guess nothing's safe as it seems. This is the year of losing things. This is the year of losing things. Well, I lost some friends in the black and blue. The ones that swear it's all fake news. But if they all think less of me, well, this is the year of losing things. Way down in the rabbit hole, that's where the truest colors show. Guess we'll find out when next year rings, after the year of losing things. But I'll miss your body in my bed, and your vibrato in my head, and all the songs we used to sing. 'Cause this is the year of losing things. This is the year of losing things. Well, this is the year of losing things.
Woo! Hit it.
That was Tom Prasada Rao. There's just nobody can touch him. You know, every time I hear him play, I'm speechless when it's over.